Hey everyone, Brandon here from TruckSafe. Following up on Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy's earlier announcement, the FMCSA and NHTSA have taken the necessary steps to formally withdraw their planned speed limiter mandate for heavy trucks. What's this mean for fleets and drivers going forward? That's what we're discussing in this video, so stay tuned and be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. Earlier this month, July of 2025, Secretary Sean Duffy announced a series of what he called pro-trucker initiatives and deregulatory plans in store for the coming months. One such plan just dropped, with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration announcing a formal withdrawal of their long-standing proposal to mandate speed limiters on heavy commercial motor vehicles. This decision, which is detailed in a Federal Register notice to be published on July 24th, 2025, ends years of debate over requiring electronic speed governors on trucks with a gross vehicle weight rating exceeding 26,000 pounds. Trucking companies, owner-operators, and safety advocates alike have been closely watching this regulatory saga, which aimed to enhance highway safety, but faced mounting concerns over costs, data gaps, and potential unintended consequences. The withdrawal comes amid evolving truck safety technologies and persistent uncertainties in the proposed rule's impacts, marking a win for those opposing mandatory speed restrictions on commercial vehicles. For trucking professionals focused on FMCSA compliance, CMV regulations, and road safety, this move underscores the agency's emphasis on evidence-based rulemaking while preserving voluntary use of speed-limiting devices for those who are sold on their benefits. By way of background here, the origins of this rulemaking trace back to 2016, when FMCSA and NHTSA jointly issued a Notice of Proposed Rulemaking on September 7, 2016. Responding to petitions from the American Trucking Associations and certain large motor carriers, the agencies originally proposed requiring heavy-duty trucks equipped with electronic engine control units, ECUs, to limit maximum speeds. The rule would have mandated that these CMVs, typically Class 7 and 8 trucks used in commerce, be capped at speeds between 60 and 68 miles per hour, with carriers required to maintain the settings throughout the vehicle's service life. The proposal highlighted potential benefits like reduced crash severity, fuel savings, and emissions reductions. The agencies estimated that a 65 mile per hour limit could save between 63 to 214 lives annually, with monetized benefits ranging from $676 million to $2.4 billion, plus $848 million in fuel and emission savings based on 2013 data. However, the analysis acknowledged limitations, including no estimates for crashes avoided or potentially caused by speed differentials between trucks and passenger vehicles. In 2022, FMCSA followed up with an advance notice of supplemental proposed rulemaking, signaling its intent to refine the proposal by focusing on carrier-maintained speed limits for ECUs already in use. This carrier-based approach aimed to address interstate trucking operations more directly, but it reignited familiar debates. Public comments poured in, over 7,000 for the 2016 proposal and more than 15,000 for the 2022 supplement, from individual drivers, motor carriers, industry groups like the Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association, safety organizations, and government agencies, including the National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB. Supporters of the speed limiter mandate, including groups like Road Safe America and the National Safety Council, argued that capping truck speeds would boost overall highway safety, reduce kinetic energy in crashes, and improve fuel efficiency for the environment. Many light vehicle drivers shared personal anecdotes of dangerous encounters with speeding trucks, urging expansion to all heavy vehicles with existing speed governing equipment. Proponents like Coach USA noted their fleet's successful use of 70 mile per hour limits for over a decade, emphasizing positive impacts on trucking safety and driver well-being. Opponents, however, raised alarms about real-world trucking challenges. OOIDA and the American Bus Association highlighted risks from speed differentials, where slower trucks could lead to more passing maneuvers, traffic congestion, and aggressive driving by cars. Commenters worried about increased crash rates on rural interstates, driver fatigue from longer travel times, and economic hits to the industry, such as reduced miles driven affecting pay, higher fuel costs for detours, and supply chain disruption for time-sensitive loads like agricultural goods. Small owner-operators feared competitive disadvantages, while critics like the Michigan Department of Transportation questioned federal overreach into state speed limit laws. In their decision to withdraw the speed limiter proposal, FMCSA and NHTSA cited multiple factors for pulling the plug. These included things like data gaps and safety uncertainties, economic and industry impacts, federalism and legal concerns, and the advancement of other truck safety technologies. This deregulatory action also aligns with President Trump's Executive Order 14192, rescinding significant rules issued before he took office based on incomplete statutory grounds. In sum, the withdrawal preserves the status quo, no federal mandate for speed limiters on commercial trucks for the foreseeable future, allowing fleets to implement them voluntarily as they see fit. At the same time, the focus when it comes to truck safety technology shifts to other things, like automatic emergency braking, which FMCSA and NHTSA are advancing to prevent crashes. For owner-operators and many motor carriers, this action eases concerns over productivity losses and cost. All right, that's going to wrap things up for this video. For even more in-depth information about these types of regulatory topics, be sure to check out our innovative online compliance courses for safety managers and for drivers over at trucksafeacademy.com. Also, be sure to check out eRegs, the first app-based digital version of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations, over at eregs.app. Lastly, you can access our detailed compliance articles on our website at trucksafe.com and follow us on our various social media pages for the latest highway transportation news and analysis. Thanks for watching.